Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to tell a story. Not just any story, but maybe the biggest story of all time. We're talking about the 13.8 billion year saga of how everything you see, everything you are, came to be.
All right, let's just jump right in to the very beginning. Before there was even a before. Imagine it. No time, no space. Just this incredibly hot, tiny somewhere that's about to become, well, everywhere.
So our universe doesn't really start with a bang. It's more like a big stretch. This ridiculously dense point just expands, and as it stretches, it starts to cool down. That initial unbelievable fury begins to chill out, and the very first building blocks of our reality start to take shape.
And for millions of years, the cosmos is almost comically simple. Seriously, this is it. Just light and the two simplest elements you can imagine kind of humming through the void. It's like the universe only knows two notes on a piano, and it's just getting started. But even in this simplicity, the stage is being set for the first real character of our story to show up.
And this really puts the whole thing into perspective, doesn't it? The sheer, mind-bending scale of time we're about to fly through together. We're going from that first instant to the first stars lighting up, to our own planet forming, life kicking off, and all the way to us, right here, right now. It is one heck of a journey.
So, for millions of years, the universe was pretty simple. But now gravity starts to do its thing. It's like a patient sculptor, and it starts gathering all that cosmic fog into something way more complex. This is where the real construction starts.
You know, gravity is kind of the unsung hero here. Over millions and millions of years, its gentle, steady pull starts gathering those huge clouds of hydrogen and helium, squeezing them tighter and tighter until, wham! They ignite into the very first stars. And these newborn suns, they're cosmic forges, cooking up all the other elements that will build everything else to come.
This is just such a perfect way to put it. That periodic table from science class, it's not just a boring chart, it's a story, a family album. Every single element heavier than hydrogen and helium has this dramatic backstory, because they weren't around at the beginning. They had to be created inside stars.
And this is not some far-off abstract thing. This is your origin story. The carbon in your DNA, the iron in your blood, it was all cooked up inside a star that lived and died billions of years ago. We are, and I mean this literally, made of stardust.
So from all that cosmic dust, our own little corner of the universe starts to come together. But it's not a gentle process. Nope. It's a messy, chaotic, and pretty violent dance of creation.
Picture this. Around our brand new sun, chunks of rock and dust are just smashing into each other, growing bigger and bigger to become planets. A young Earth gets hit by something the size of Mars, and all the debris that gets thrown into space eventually becomes our moon. But after all that violence finally dies down and the oceans form, the next big chapter begins. And it doesn't start with a single magic spark, but with countless tiny experiments.
This is really the basic logic of how life got started. It wasn't some grand design, it was just about what works. You've got these deep-sea vents with natural chemical energy, like little planetary batteries. Any reaction that figures out how to use that energy just keeps going. And any pattern that happens to make copies of itself, well, it gets copied. It's a process of filtering, not inventing.
And here is the elegant solution that life stumbled upon. It created a boundary, a simple wall, to separate the inside from the outside. By controlling what gets through that wall, it could create an energy difference, like a tiny dam. This simple, brilliant trick has been powering every single living thing for the last 4 billion years.
Okay, so for an almost unimaginably long time, life on Earth is microscopic, it's simple, but then a single accidental partnership, a total chance encounter, is about to change absolutely everything and pave the way for all the complex life we see today.
Just let that number sink in. 2 billion years. For 2 billion years, this planet belonged to tiny organisms. They completely changed our atmosphere, they covered the globe, but they stayed simple. Until one of them made a fateful and very hungry choice.
This merger, this might be the single most important event in the history of complex life. A bigger cell swallows a smaller one, but instead of eating it, it puts it to work. That little bacterium becomes the mitochondrion, the power plant that exists inside almost every single one of your cells right now.
All of a sudden, with these little power plants humming away, cells had a massive energy surplus. It was like going from living paycheck to winning the lottery. This new energy unlocked the potential to build bigger, more complicated stuff. Multicellular bodies, brains, trees, tigers, and, yep, us.
So let's jump way, way forward on the tree of life. A whole new kind of evolution is starting up here, one that works on a much, much faster timescale.
So what really set our ancestors apart? It wasn't just raw intelligence. The real game changer was this revolutionary new trick, the ability to store and build upon knowledge outside of their own bodies. An individual's discovery didn't have to die with them anymore.
Here's a great way to think about it. Our biology is the hardware, but culture, language, writing, science, that's like a second operating system running on top of it. An OS that can be patched, upgraded, and shared way faster than our genes could ever hope to change.
This image of knowledge growing like a coral reef, it's just perfect. It explains how we built everything from cities to spaceships. Each generation adds its own tiny layer of know-how, and over time, the whole structure grows into something immense and complex. We're all standing on the shoulders of those who came before. And that brings us all the way to today. The same cosmic rules that forged stars and sparked life, they're still in play. And now, it's our part in this grand story that begins. You know, when you look at this whole story, from the Big Bang all the way to us, you see this fundamental pattern again and again. It's like a cosmic refrain. You see it when stars use the difference between a hot core and cold space to create light. You see it when cells use chemical differences to create memory. And you see it today, when we use differences in knowledge to create new ideas.
Realizing this long, improbable history, it really gives you a new perspective on our place in it all. We were formed by these cosmic flows, but now we're one of the only things we know of that can consciously steer them. And that doesn't make us important. It makes us responsible. We are the heirs to this incredible legacy.
So it all comes down to this. The story of the universe took this incredibly long, winding, patient path to create a mind that can actually wonder about it all. And that's you. Your chapter in this cosmic odyssey is short, for sure, but your potential impact is not. The story continues, and the pen is in your hand.